Hi, I'm Jillian Lance, the Louisiana FFA State Parliamentarian.
And I'm Camille Saunier, the Louisiana FFA State President. And no, we're not Kristen and Avery. They'll be back next week, because right now, Louisiana FFA takes over This Week in Louisiana Agriculture.
Not only is learning to do the first part of our motto, it is the foundation on which FFA builds. Out in the fields, this motto comes to life through supervised agricultural experiences.
When learning to do, FFA members use their lessons from the classroom to gain hands-on experience, ranging from hydroponics to equine science. We visited 3 FFA chapters to see how their SAEs are shaping their members' ability to learn to do.
And then I'll immediately run to the back of the room because that's kind of where all the magic happens.
You heard that right, magic in agriculture. For Jamire from Westlake, his SAE, Miniature Broccoli Study, gives him the excitement that every member loves to experience when entering an ag classroom.
I think one of my favorite parts of my SAE is being able to, have a problem and then finding the solution, or having a question and finding the answer. A lot of the times with experiments, you always have a hypothesis, like if you do this, what's going to happen, what's going to change. And I think that's kind of one of the things that I find most interesting, and it's just a whole lot of fun getting to solve those problems or answer those questions that you have.
Westlake FFA centers their experiments around the plant system's supervised agriculture experience, ultimately teaching students the process of trial and error when dealing with new plants, and more importantly, a notable life lesson.
Whenever we're doing experiments, like very recently we did a variety study with broccoli, and we were trying to see like which variety is going to do best, which going to grow broccoli first, and in the end, none of them ended up producing broccoli. So even though it might sound like a fail, we did learn something new. We learned that the 3 varieties that we tested, they don't do well in Mars farms. And so even though it might seem like it was a failure and what I wanted to happen didn't, we ended up learning something new, which is a success in itself.
Through this project, Jamira has grown a true passion. By living out the learning to do philosophy daily, his dreams for the future are one step closer to becoming a reality.
So after I graduate high school, I want to become a research scientist. So through my SAE, I'm gaining a lot of experiences and knowledge to help me be successful in that field.
Just like Jamira, Alarian Fuselier from the Franklin FFA chapter kicks off her mornings with the same excitement to get her hands dirty.
So normally in the mornings I would get to school around 7:30, and then I would feed rations. After I would feed, I would condition their skin, and then I would go to class. Among the end of school, I would come back, I would sanitize and clean pens, and then I would condition their skin again. And then we would do a mock showmanship, which you see at normal shows, but it would be on a smaller scale with just my peers, and our ag advisor would be our judge.
Alarian starts and ends her day focusing on the SAE of swine production. Under this SAE, the Franklin FFA chapter is not only raising animals, but also gaining the invaluable skill of making products that contribute to the community. This real-world application is a testament to the learning to do spirit within the FFA.
Recently, we required or obtained 4 hogs from that sale, which we will show through the duration of this show year, and then they will be slaughtered or finished here at our school. We are using deer and pork production, and we are combining those to make things such as sausage, or we may keep the whole cuts and sell them for retail prices, or we may also make burger patties and just vacuum seal things and sell them.
These members have seen how agriculture isn't always a breeze, but by adding a touch of creativity and a dash of fun to their pig projects, Franklin FFA members are also learning to overcome obstacles with sweet solutions.
One of my favorite things to do in my SAE would have to be breaking baby pigs. When we get them, they're about maybe a couple weeks old, and they're very timid and shy and not used to their environment. So normally what we do is we get marshmallows or vanilla wafers, where we are building trust and helping them learn that not everybody that comes up to them is a threat.
By experiencing these countless opportunities through SAEs, FFA members are given the window to take the knowledge they obtain and use what they learn as an incentive to move further. The Crowley FFA advisor, Mr. Thibodeau, explains how SAEs are not just projects. They are pathways to practical knowledge in agriculture.
It teaches the students responsibility and allows them to take pride in their work, and knowing that they raise the animal from a little baby all the way up till ready to slaughter, it makes them understand the hard work.
Members, blossoming right alongside their livestock animals, is just what Crowley FFA is made of. Here, SAEs are breaking barriers and providing an opportunity for individuals who may be new to the world of agriculture.
We have 17 acres of farmland here at Crowley High, and it was a good opportunity to teach the kids something that they might not necessarily have themselves.
From students to advisors, SAEs give every person the opportunity to grasp new knowledge, harvest their skills, and build upon their foundation. From washing pigs to trimming broccoli, FFA members are not just studying agriculture, they're living it.
As we wrap up our exploration of diverse supervised agricultural experiences across Louisiana FFA chapters, it's evident that learning to do is not just a motto, but a transformative journey for members. I'm Riley Schuff, Louisiana FFA State Vice President representing Area 3.
Hi, I'm Cade Gordon, currently serving as the Louisiana FFA State Treasurer.
And I'm Emily Bullock, currently serving as the Louisiana FFA State Reporter. The second line of the motto, doing to learn, is exactly what it sounds like, proving that the key to knowledge lies in the act of doing.
For Louisiana FFA, members across the state practice this by competing in different leadership and career development events. Our state officer team sought out to hear the perspectives of some of Louisiana FFA's daily doers.
It kind of gave me that motivation to be like, even if I'm not great at something, I should still put my best foot forward.
Just as Ms. Kayla Rachel, advisor of the Natchez Central FFA chapter, highlights, the competitions in FFA become a fertile ground for personal growth. These contests are known as career development events and leadership development events.
I think CDEs and LDEs are really great at honing in on the premier leadership, personal growth, and career success through ag education. And so for career success, we're teaching students a variety of careers that are viable for them to go into. And then also with our leadership development events, these are skills that can either go to farming jobs as well as corporate jobs, because as we all know, that we're preparing the next generation of youth no matter what career opportunities they go into.
The best part of these contests is that experience, time as an FFA member, and even talent are not determinants of how much our members can learn. The real potential lies in their passion. Winfield FFA member Jasmine Jones saw this firsthand.
You are not at a disadvantage just because you're younger. You're not at a disadvantage just because you don't have as much experience. Like, the work that you've put in has been enough. Because at the end of the day, it's learning about what you love and sharing what you love with other people.
And learning to do what you love doesn't stop with current members. It also applies to those who have long since been out of the jacket.
But my dad always told me to do what you love so you'll be happy.
Bailey Brose, a past Louisiana FFA member, had plans on going into a different career field, but with the wise words from her father and the knowledge FFA CDEs and LDEs introduced to her, she decided to do what she loves, working as the curator at Briarwood Nature Preserve.
I didn't have all the requirements for the job. Like, I didn't have a degree in forestry or biology. I had a criminal justice degree. And what business did anybody with that degree have running a nature preserve? But I applied anyways, and the week I graduated, they gave me the job. Every single competition affected me in this job in some capacity.
Exactly like CDEs and LDEs are helping past FFA members pursue career paths, they are also helping current FFA members establish confidence, selflessness, and open-mindedness.
I kind of learned that it's not how you place, it's not the people that you beat, it's the work that you've put in and the confidence that you have going into the room. And so I think I've learned that your successes and your failures, as cheesy as it sounds, they don't define you.
As these FFA members continue their time in the Blue Jacket, and as they continue to compete in these contests, FFA advisors also resonate with the motto by learning from their own students' actions.
Being able to see members grow is rewarding in itself, because at the end of the day, I became a teacher to help students, not help myself, and being able to see them have their full potential reach has been worthwhile. Teaching is definitely a work of art. I would have to say that teaching has taught me the importance of establishing relationships and communities with students, because those relationships last for a lifetime.
That's right. Knowledge isn't the only thing gained as a result of doing. Building strong relationships also makes their way into the lives of these competitors.
Learned is probably how to work well with others, because everybody has a different level of skill set, so you really need to find out what each person's skill is and incorporate it with your own to make it a successful team.
And I saw the competition and the people and the relationship that the older people from my chapter had with people from other chapters, and I was like, I want that. I want this. This is so cool.
The message is clear. It's about the effort, the learning, and the passion for what you do.
In FFA, we compete not just to win, but to challenge ourselves, to push our limits. It's through this process of doing that we truly learn and grow. Doing to learn becomes a philosophy that drives FFA members to compete not just for victory, but for the invaluable lessons learned through action.
Our ag education and FFA programs have always been popular with our students. Because of the hands-on nature of the program, the only way to really learn about agriculture is to do agriculture.
Hi, I'm Alexander Wally, the Louisiana FFA State Sentinel.
And I'm Kirsten Oncal, the Louisiana FFA State Secretary. Earning to live is essential in today's world. This is true, of course, for FFA, but our meaning to the statement, earning to live, manifests itself in a much different way.
Our state officers talk to successful alumni who have embraced this motto across diverse careers, showcasing how the skills learned in FFA led them to where they are now.
Earning to live, to me, and I have two main beliefs, is to work very hard and to strive for perfection.
Earning to live is an interesting phrase in the mission statement because you could take it a lot of ways, but when you think about what we do as an FFA member, we are getting these really enriched experiences that we hope take us to the next level in our careers in life.
Earning to live means to me, it's that American dream, right? So we're impacting students, especially my line of work, and being able to cultivate the fruits of our labor.
Earning to live takes on a new dimension for all FFA members, whether that's through skills, lessons, or experiences. For Dr. Catherine O'Neill, a past state officer, FFA was a pivotal factor in her professional growth, offering experiences that college didn't quite provide.
Especially as a physician, once I graduated from medical school, those FFA leadership skills in terms of organization, in terms of listening, in terms of understanding what a group desires and helping that group succeed and achieve their goals, those were things that I really pulled on from that FFA experience to bring back as I started my medical career.
These skills gained from being a member in FFA do not go unnoticed by the people these alumni interact with every day.
I had a patient come to visit me kind of in the midst of the pandemic and asked me, how do you know how to relate to people when you are telling them about such a complex topic? And I said, oh, because I was in ag.
Thanks to agriculture, alumni like Dr. O'Neill find ways to relate easily with those they come in contact with. But it's not just thanks to agriculture. Their mentors also play a big role in teaching these skills.
I was growing up in high school, that was my real support system. The ones that really seen the true potential that I had, the ones that really gave me that tough love and that extra push that I needed to make sure that I was successful not only in the classroom, but then also in my professional career too.
For alumni Brennan Uze, a now 4-H extension agent, this cultivation ultimately leads FFA members to find their purpose in life.
It really paved the way for me to land this job that I have now, but ultimately to be a productive citizen in society, and that's exactly what we're trying to train our students. It doesn't matter if you go to college or if you go into the workforce, we want you to be productive.
This productivity that FFA fosters doesn't stop with just members. Even for parents whose children were in FFA, the impact of being a member as a whole shines through. For sugarcane farmer Aaron Foray, he saw the benefits of the organization as a result of how it set up his own children.
Tristan represented his chapter, the area, the state, and he also represented Louisiana on the national side. Gracie, she did it more the way I did. She stayed within her chapter. Both of them achieved the office of president, and as a parent, I don't think there's much better satisfaction and to see your children do better than you did.
Comparing his FFA journey to his children's is when Mr. Foray truly realized that FFA fosters a voice for all, no matter the career.
I think my experience with FFA, and then along with the occupation of managing a sugarcane farm now, and my children growing up seeing what production agriculture is, I think they realize the importance of FFA and representing people.
That's one thing all alumni can agree on. FFA provides the foundation to connect.
I think one of the most important gifts that the future farmers of America can give to any individual is teaching them how to interact with people. It's a life skill.
No matter what title you have, career you pursue, or way of earning to live you choose, FFA provides you with skills necessary to be successful, whether it be as a doctor, sugarcane farmer, or an extension agent. FFA leads all members to career success through the principles of connection. I'm Alana Lyons, your State Vice President representing Area 4.
Still to come on TWILA, we'll look deeper into how FFA makes a difference as we explore the next part of the motto, Living to Serve.
And later, it started with a blue jacket. Now, over a century later, we'll look at how FFA has evolved with the world.
You're watching This Week in Louisiana Agriculture, the only TV show bringing Louisiana farmers and consumers together every week.
Hi, I'm Melissa Van Blaricum, your State Vice President representing Area 2.
And I'm Ellie Timms, your State Vice President representing Area 1. Although Living to Serve is the last line of the mission statement, it shares its importance. It represents the role service plays in our organization and enables every member in every classroom to make a positive impact on their community.
We dug deeper into how members immerse themselves in the hands-on spirit of service that defines FFA. Here's more of the impactful work of FFA members who are not just advocating for agriculture, but also building a better future.
As part of the FFA mission, Living to Serve has enabled many Louisiana FFA members to turn their passion into action, making a tangible difference in their community.
I think the motto in itself is extremely important, but I think those kids who live to serve, those are the kids who reap the most rewards in life.
It's a powerful sentiment. The idea that service is not just a duty, but a pathway to profound fulfillment. Eden Fisher, Mangum FFA member, has seen the rewards of living to serve firsthand by crafting their own portable libraries.
The actual little boxes that 4-H then gets donated books to put into these boxes. We then place these around different feeder schools for kids to come and take a book and just read and have fun, and it's a really great way to get kids more into literature.
These FFA members are crafting more than just wooden boxes. They're shaping the literary landscape of their community. Mangum FFA saw a need in their community and thought who better to address it than themselves.
Not everybody can go to a library after school, so just having this in your community is really resourceful and really useful for kids.
Not only is access to books for elementary students important to Mangum FFA, but so is their own personal development.
And the Little Libraries has not only given me the chance to give back to a community who's given so much to me, but has also allowed me the opportunity to educate future generations about agriculture through ag literacy.
Mangum FFA isn't alone in their dedication to give back. Lakeview FFA also has their own spin on living to serve through beautification and landscape projects. Mayor Katrina Evans of Campty shares her perspective on the positive change these projects are bringing.
No one's really been concerned about the overall condition of our community, and when you have someone that comes in and you have programs such as FFA that's willing to work with them to rebuild our community, I think that it does bring improvement to the community.
Lakeview FFA members plant greenery and flowers grown from their chapter greenhouses across the community, making a huge difference in the place they call home.
And I do believe that those small changes are lifting the spirits in the community and giving the citizens something to look forward to within the community.
Lakeview FFA shows us that projects like this, when multiplied by a number of members, can transform a town entirely.
When you're working with a group of people, I think when you share the same passions, it makes your job a lot easier because you have not only a support team, but you have the assistance that you need to get the job done. And I think working with FFA, working with the citizens of this community, we're guaranteed to see the change.
Change is also being seen because of the actions of Ruston FFA. This chapter partners with a local elementary school and food pantry to grow fresh produce that will be donated to their community. Mr. Wilson, their advisor, explains the impact this project has had on his students.
Our kids are getting better connections. They're getting involved in things that they may have not have been involved with before. Just because here our chapter is making that connection, bridging those gaps.
Ruston's commitment to education and community is evident. The Ruston FFA program is not only cultivating healthy habits, but has also become a bridge connecting generations of those living to serve.
This sets up our students, our current students for success, as well as our chapter up for success, because those students are learning to work with younger students. I'm hoping that some of them will decide to become ag teachers. Also, it sets our chapter up for success in the fact of those young kids hopefully will remember this experience and want to be FFA members when they get here.
These stories highlight the hands-on dedication of members, proving that living to serve is a lifestyle, allowing Louisiana FFA to make one difference at a time.
These stories highlight the hands-on dedication of members, proving that living to serve is a lifestyle, allowing Louisiana's FFA to make one difference at a time.
Still to come on TWILA, what does it mean to wear this jacket? Hear from FFA members united from all walks of life about the legacy they carry.
We spent a lot of time talking about the things FFA members are doing and the good we always strive for. But who are the people who wear these jackets?
In this week's very special TWILA Boost FFA edition, we talked to the members themselves about what it means to them.
We are students of the land. This land has taught us that the best way to learn is to do, that we are only as strong as our communities, that integrity and responsibility must be mutual, and that the smartest answers often come from the simplest beginnings. And while there are many ways to lead, the FFA way stands out. Through FFA, we transform into ourselves, the natural-born leaders, modern-day creators, and dedicated seekers of the 21st century. We practice now so we can become what the world needs next. We study the science of life and nature in order to grow. We use technology to improve medicine and strengthen businesses. We rethink traditions in order to create food safety for decades to come. And we respect our earth as much as we respect each other. We are students of our past, called to solve for today so that we may lead for the future for all. We are FFA.
That does it here for us on this edition of TWILA, but be sure to join us next week when Avery and Kristen return with updates on disaster relief efforts and much more.
Until then, you can watch all of our stories online at twilatv.org, and be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. You can also find all of these stories and more on our YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and turn on the notifications so you know when we put out new content.
For all of us here at TWILA and FFA, thanks for joining us.